Bene, buon pomeriggio. Parliamo di cyber security. Io sono Maurizio Pesce, mi occupo per Wired di gadget, di internet e tutto quello che c'è in mezzo. Cosa c'è in mezzo? Gli oggetti connessi, Internet of Things, Internet of Everything. Da una parte gli oggetti sconnessi, pochissimi ormai, dall'altra tutto quello che vive online. Quanti di voi, non vi chiedo quanti hanno un computer, tenete giù le mani, quanti di voi sono su Facebook? Quanti di voi hanno Instagram? Quanti di voi hanno sentito parlare di WannaCry? Ok, ransomware e altre cose meravigliose. Tutto il mondo della cyber security ha a che fare con tantissimi aspetti, dai social network ai ransomware, virus, malware, eccetera. Quanto mi sento al sicuro oggi vivendo in una società molto connessa? Quanto mi sento al sicuro anche per la mia privacy nel momento in cui condivido facce, foto, posti, persone, pensieri. Il mondo della cyber security è quello in cui ci porterà adesso un esperto di cyber security, Menny Barzilay.
Grazie. I have no clue what you said. I hope it was good things. I'm really excited to be here. I love Italy. I love the people. I love the food. More the food? No, I'm just kidding. I came here from Spain, though I was in Spain 2 days ago. In the last 2 days, I came here 4 a.m. I woke up, I took a taxi to the airport. I came to Italy, but I live in Israel. If you've ever been to Israel, please raise your hand. Okay, some people have. Why? No, I'm just kidding. Israel is the best place in the world. You should definitely come. I'm going to talk to you about cybersecurity. I'm going to talk about a lot of things. I tend to talk fast. Sorry about that. I'm going to tell you a few stories. We don't have a lot of time, and I have a lot of things to say. You asked a few questions. I just want to ask you a few more questions just to better understand who are the people that sit in this room. If you have an iPhone, please raise your hand. If you have an Android-based phone, please raise your hand. Anyone here with BlackBerry? Anyone here with Windows-based phone? You? Oh my God, do you work for Microsoft? Yes, okay, yes. The answer is yes. Okay, I'm so sorry. Anyone here with, who has a Facebook account? Okay. Who doesn't have a Facebook account? Wow, few people. Okay, interesting. Twitter? LinkedIn. Have you ever bought something from eBay? eBay? Amazon? AliExpress? DealExtreme? Okay, anyone here with Bitcoins? Interesting, interesting. Any other kind of crypto coins? Interesting. Okay, last question. Are you ready? You're walking down the street. It was a wonderful day. You are happy. The sun is setting. There is a nice breeze. You are well dressed. But the thing is that the street is empty. No people, no cars. You are alone. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a thief jumps out. He takes out his gun. He points it at you, and he gives you a choice. Either you will hand over your wallet or your smartphone. Who would hand over his wallet? Okay, who would hand over his smartphone? Obviously the guy with the Windows phone. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, interesting. Okay. Usually people that gives their phone got their phone from their work. This is how it usually works. So I will not tell you about myself. My name is Menny Barzilay. If you want to know about me, just Google me. I want to talk about cybersecurity. Okay, I need to connect this. Cyber. Okay. So imagine this. There is a big show you want to see. And you're super excited the moment you heard that this band is going to come to the city. But when you go to buy a ticket, you discover that there are no tickets left. What do? Are you going to stay home and cry? Well, not this guy. This guy, his name is David. He wanted to go to a show of a band called Big Duck. Have you heard about them? Now, anyone here? I've never heard about them before this incident. Now, Dave really wanted to go to this show of Peak Talk, but the thing is, he couldn't get a ticket. So David didn't give up. What did he do? He went there without a ticket. He went to the back door and approached the security guard, and he told him, "You'll have to let me in because I'm part of the family. I'm the brother of one of the singers." And the security guard said, "I don't know that. I don't know you. Who are you?" And he said, "Here, this is my ID. This is my name. Check on the internet. Check on Wikipedia." So the security guard went on Wikipedia, and he actually sees that this guy, he's their brother. What the security guard didn't know, that 5 minutes before he approached them, he actually changed Wikipedia and added his name. This is brilliant. The security guard let him in. He actually went to the backstage and he watched the show. This is a Peak Talk, everybody. Oh no, the sound is up. They're cool, right? He watched the entire show, and when they came to the backstage, they asked him, "Who are you?" And the security guard said, "This is your brother." And then he explained everything, and they loved it so much that they had an entire evening together, and then they tweeted it, "This guy is super cool. This is what he's done. We like him." Imagine this. You want to go on a vacation, right? Everybody want to go on a vacation. You plan this vacation for several months. You pack everything with your family. You fly there several hours. You get to the hotel. You are super excited because this is a beautiful hotel. This is exactly what you were dreaming of. And when you try to enter the room, you discover that a hacker hacked all the doors in the hotel and nobody can go in. And if you think that this is science fiction, this has actually happened to this hotel. A hacker took control over the system that created the cards, and nobody could go into their rooms. And if you already had a room and you lost the card, your stuff was there, and you couldn't get them out. This is crazy. And the hacker asked for money to release the doors, right? The guys from the hotel, what did they decide to do after this hack? Do you know? They decided to go back to old doors. This is what they decided. Obviously, the hackers were really happy with it. So we have a problem. We have a trust problem. It seems like everything is hackable. And when we're talking about cybersecurity, and we're always talking about cybersecurity, we try to predict what's going to happen in the future, but we don't have the ability to read the future, at least not most of us. Nevertheless, when we talk about the future of cybersecurity, you know something? We already know that we have a problem. We already know that in 2017, 2018, 2019, more major companies are going to be hacked. Big companies that invest millions of dollars in cybersecurity. They have the best people. They use all the best tools in the world. Yet, in the years to come, those companies are going to be hacked. And the problem is getting bigger. Why? Because one of the most important rules in the world of technology. Now, everybody here knows this rule. This is a basic rule. Nevertheless, this rule is the engine of the cybersecurity industry. This rule is the reason that in the years to come, more and more companies are going to be hacked. And this rule says that change equals new opportunities plus new threats. This rule says that innovation is a two-sided coin. Every new technology creates new problems. And we're talking about a world which based on technology. Smart cars, smart houses, wearable, smart machinery, biotech, and other things. The world is becoming a very dangerous place. But in order to understand why, we have to go back in time. We have to go back to 1969. 1969 was an amazing year. What happened in 1969? Yeah, very good. Neil Armstrong was the first person to walk on the moon. What else happened in 1969? More important than that? The Beatles issued the Abbey Road, their best album. I love this. But another thing happened in a very small network, in a very small lab named ARPA. In 1969, A first packet of information was sent between two computers in a small network. And the name of this network was Advanced Research Project Agency Network, or as most of us know it, ARPANET. Have you heard about ARPANET? Most of you did. ARPANET is actually the birthday of the internet, 1969. And what did we have back then when the internet was born? We had a lot of trust. Why did we have a lot of trust? Because all the people who use this small network knew each other. There was trust in real life, so there was trust in the cyberspace. All the computers were trusted because the creators of the network controlled the computers. And all the applications were trusted because the creators of the internet created all the applications. In a very short time, the ARPANET became the internet as we know it today. But what do we have today? We have billions of users who don't know each other and certainly don't trust each other. We don't have a clue what's connected to the internet. So many strange devices are connected to the internet. And we have no clue what applications exist on the internet. We know that some of those applications are malicious by design. Trust became a problem. And to some extent, we are in a trust crisis. When the internet was created, nobody expected for it to be such a huge success. So when it was created, it was not created with security in mind. It was only created with connectivity in mind. And most of the problems that we see today in the world of cybersecurity, the source of which is the fact that when the internet was created, it was not created with security in mind. But that's not the biggest problem of the internet. You know what's the biggest problem? The biggest problem is that the internet was designed in a way that doesn't allow us to upgrade it. We are stuck with this internet. If we want to replace the core way that the internet works, we don't have the ability to do that. We are stuck with this internet. This is why when we're talking about the future, we know that the future is probably a dangerous place. And what's going to happen? We are a few years from connecting billions of new devices, right? The Internet of Things. Everything is being connected to the internet. Our shoes, our pants, our watches, our tables, our chairs, our brothers, our sisters. Everything is being connected to the internet. Now, the Internet of Things came with a lot of promise to do amazing things. Humanity can now create smart things. We can take stupid things and make them smart. And how did we use this amazing power? We created a device that tells you when you need to buy more eggs. And we created a hairbrush that tells you if you brush your hair okay. And we created a smart toothbrush that tells you if you brush your teeth okay. And we created a smart condom that tells you if how bad you are. And the thing is that all of those new devices that are going to be connected to the internet are going to create a problematic future in the sense that now we're going to have many new things to attack. And many new ways to attack. And many new reasons to attack. So the Internet of Things is going to create a world where hacking is much more profitable. And we already know that those smart devices are not going to be secure. The industry will fail in creating smart devices, secure smart devices. Why? Because sadly, it is not cost effective to create security. Those smart devices are very cheap. Security is very costly. They don't have a lot of CPU, and security requires a lot of CPU. They don't have a lot of disk space, and security requires a lot of disk space. So those devices are not going to be secure. Billions and billions of unsecure devices are going to be connected to the internet. And the thing that when we're talking about the Internet of Things, the word that we need to remember is sensors. The Internet of Things bring a lot of new sensors. And those sensors are going to create new problems. I'm going to talk about 3 problems, and I'm going to do it very, very short because we don't have a lot of time. Problem number 1. We are moving from a world where everything is off by default to everything is on by default. From a world where everything is always off to a world where everything is always on. What does it mean? It means that right now, if I want to take a picture, I have to turn on my phone, to turn on the camera, and take a picture. Say hi. Say hi. The first row look very sad. It seems like I have a bad presentation. Lie to the camera. Okay, people will not believe me. Now this small change, that means that now in the future, if I want to stop taking a picture, I have to do something. If I want to stop the sensors, I have to do something. Otherwise, the sensors will always work. Do you have Fitbit on you? Anyone here with Fitbit? With any smart bracelets that check your steps and stuff like that? Those things are always on, right? They know where you are. And if something happened, people can access this information. So privacy mining, stealing our privacy, is going to be a big issue. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, because this is the business structure of the internet. The internet works on privacy. So a lot of people think that Facebook is free, and Google is free, and other services are free. But they are not free. The fact that we don't pay money doesn't mean that they are free. We pay those companies with privacy, right? And Facebook and other companies are big machines that knows how to transform privacy into profit. This is what they do. They know how to transform that. And this is an example of an always-on device, the guys with the Fitbit. So this guy was arrested by the police because he killed his wife. And he told them that she wasn't home when everything started happening. And when they checked her Fitbit, they saw that she was home. So this is an always-on device. Our privacy is in risk. Problem number 2. So it all started when I was on TV. And I was on TV, and they asked me about something that happened with Amazon Echo. Are you familiar with the Amazon Echo? If you are, please raise your hand. If you don't know what Amazon Echo is, this is like the helper of Amazon. It's like Siri for Apple. You're familiar with Siri? Yeah? So Amazon have Alexa. And I was on TV, and they interviewed me, and I said blah, 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 as I always say, blah, 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 blah. And then from time to time, I said, Alexa, because obviously this is what's the internet. And after the interview, people called me, and they told me that every time I said Alexa on TV, the Amazon Echo went on, because that's the way you turn it on. You say Alexa. That's amazing. This is crazy. I can sit on TV, say Alexa, and everyone's Alexa will turn on. I was trying to find the best way to abuse all the Alexa owners that will see me next time on TV. So I thought, what can I say on TV that will create real damage? So my first idea was to say, Alexa, please play the most heavy metal song you can find, right? Ready? Yeah, this is too much. I thought I might give a heart attack to an old woman, so I decided not to do that. The second thing I wanted to say, I said, Alexa, please order a wedding dress from Amazon. That could be like hilarious in some places, right? But then I thought I might cause an heart attack to this young person, right? Where he thought someone is forcing him to get married. And I decided not to do that. But the thing about the fact that you can talk to Alexa through TV actually represents a bigger problem. If you take Alexa and you connect it to a secure network, people that stand outside of the office or outside of your house could talk to this Alexa. So up until now, we had a very clear division between secure places and unsecure places. And we could put walls and security guards and alarms to keep all the secure stuff inside and all the unsecure stuff outside. But the moment you put Alexa in a secure room, people from outside can talk to it. And this is a problem with no solution, because you cannot stop people. There is no firewall for speaking with Alexa. You cannot stop people from doing that. You can buy this small room and put Alexa inside and talk to it only when you're inside, but this is kind of stupid, right? And we had a similar problem with Wi-Fi, right? With wireless networks. Because wireless networks also go out of the room. But what did we do with wireless networks? We encrypted them, right? But we cannot encrypt the discussion between a man and Alexa. Because you cannot say the password out loud, Alexa 7255331, call mother. It will not work. People will hear the password. So this is a problem with no solution. You cannot connect Alexa and other devices with sensors to secure network. And I want to talk about problem number 3, but before I'll talk about problem number 3, I want to go back to ARPA, or as we call it today, do you know? DARPA, exactly. DARPA, in 2015, declared a competition, a hacking competition. They call it Cyber Grand Challenge. This is a huge competition, almost 2 years of a challenge. And you know who were the competitors of this competition? 8 supercomputers. And those 8 supercomputers are amazing, right?
There's an enormous amount of computational power ready to be unleashed here at CGC. Beneath the stage are huge amounts of electricity and water needed to power and cool the supercomputers on the stage. 300 kilowatts of power. That's enough to power 1.5 city blocks. 180 tons of water flow through these pipes at a rate of 200 gallons per minute to keep the computers on the racks liquid.
So those supercomputers were competing with each other on who will be the first computer who will be able to break a whole bunch of technologies. And the future of AI represents a lot of good things to humanity, but also a lot of risks. As we said, innovation is a two-sided coin. So soon we're going to have those very smart devices that are going to be owned by countries and organized crime, and those devices are going to try to hack everything on the internet. So the future of hacking is actually not hacking by humans, it's actually hacking by computers with intelligence. Now I want to finish by talking about problem number 3. When we're talking about the Internet of Things, actually the Internet of Things is not just one thing, it's a family of things. We have smart houses, smart cities, wearable, driverless cars, heavy smart machinery, biotech, robots, and other things. Each and every one of those things are going to create amazing new problems. We're going to talk very, very quickly about driverless cars. Driverless cars are amazing. You know, we expect the world to be much safer with driverless cars. I want to show you a short video. This is a Tesla car. Someone is driving on this Tesla car, and the moment Tesla car identifies that something is going to be wrong, she has this beep. Toot-toot. Listen when the beep going on the video and when something wrong actually goes on. So a lot of time before the accident itself, the car already knew that something is going to happen and stopped automatically. So the world of driverless cars, we expect to be much safer. Obviously, you can sit in the car. The car will identify that we're not going to be there for the first meeting because there is a traffic jam. So the car will notify the office that we're not going to be there for the first meeting. The schedule will decide to postpone the first meeting and will notify all the other participants. Now this guy has a smart alarm clock. And the alarm clock knows that you got home late last night, and you drank a little bit, and you like to sleep. So it decides that if the first meeting got postponed, it will wake you up 1 hour later. Things talk to things in order to make our lives better. But how do driverless cars look from the eyes of the hacker? 2 short scenarios. Scenario number 1, you're sleeping in the car. Obviously, everything is automatic. There is not a lot of things to do, so you sleep in the car. The GPS is set to take you home. A hacker hacks your car and changes just one small thing, which is the destination settings. You wake up to discover that you're in a dark place. You look out the window. You have no clue where you are. And from the other window, you see that 2 people actually kidnapped you the same way they order food. For the sake of drama, I added this slide. Did it create drama? It was stupid, huh? Oh, sorry. Scenario number 2. You're sitting in the car, you're watching TV. There aren't a lot of things to do. Everything is automatic. Suddenly, and though you didn't touch it, the radio turned on. And through the radio, you hear this mechanical voice saying something very weird like,
"Hello, dear sir. It is a nice day today and we hope you are enjoying your ride. Please notice that we have taken full control over your car. Don't worry. We mean you no harm. You are kindly requested to wire transfer 12 Bitcoins to our account in the next 10 minutes. Otherwise, we will sadly have to kill you. Have a nice day. And thank you for your cooperation."
You're sitting in the car drives moves very, very fast. You might not even have a steering wheel. You're in 2 minutes, you're gonna reach a bridge. What do? This is a new type of ransomware, if you heard about ransomware. But now, instead of hijacking files, they will hijack us. This is something that will happen. Hijacking assets in a world of the Internet of Things. And if you think that this is science fiction, I just want to encourage you to read about previous cases where cars were already hacked. So where do we go from here, right? This is the end of my presentation. Yeah? Where do we go from here? It's very important to stay curious. It's very important to ask questions. It's very important to remember that we can all help each other. Everything has something to contribute to the discussion. The things that happen in this room are as important as the things that happen outside. People should talk to each other, should share ideas, because the world is changing so fast that if we will not work together, we will miss the change. And we have to remember that trust is something that we can only create together. We have to work together in order to make sure that the world becomes safer and more secure. I want to show you a short video about using technology in a wise way. And this will actually be the end of my presentation. If you want to ask any questions, I will stand somewhere. We will see. Yeah, my details will be here. Very important video. Look carefully, because it talks about the responsible thing to do with technology.
Emma. Huh? Emma. Emma.
Every day it's getting on my nerves.
Emma.
Oh, I'm
Emma. Emma.
Guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you, Wired. Thank you, everybody. If you want to contact me, those are my details. Yes.